Julia Peterkin's Scarlet Sister Mary is a novel that explores the lives of African Americans living in the rural South during the early 20th century. The novel is notable for its exploration of themes such as the legacy of slavery, the struggle for self-determination, and the search for identity in the face of societal oppression. The novel provides a vivid and evocative depiction of life in the rural South, highlighting the struggles of African Americans to assert their rights and claim their place in society. The novel explores the ways in which individuals were shaped by the legacy of slavery and the ongoing struggle for equality, and the ways in which different characters responded to the challenges of their circumstances. The novel also provides a nuanced exploration of the role of religion and spirituality in the lives of African Americans during this period, as seen through the experiences of various characters who seek solace and guidance in their faith.
Oliver Lafarge's Laughing Boy is a novel that explores the experiences of the Navajo people living in the American Southwest during the early 20th century. The novel follows the story of Laughing Boy, a young Navajo man who struggles to reconcile his traditional way of life with the changing world around him. The novel provides a rich and evocative portrait of Navajo life, highlighting the beauty of their culture and the ways in which it was threatened by the encroachment of modernity. The novel explores the tension between tradition and change, as Laughing Boy grapples with the desire to hold on to the ways of his ancestors while also seeking to find his place in a rapidly changing world. The novel is notable for its sensitive and nuanced portrayal of Navajo culture, and its exploration of the ways in which colonialism and modernity impacted the lives of indigenous peoples in the United States. It is a powerful and moving work of literature that continues to be widely read and appreciated today for its insights into the complexities of cultural identity and the challenges of navigating a rapidly changing world.
Years of Grace is a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Margaret Ayer that follows the life of Jane Ward, a woman born into a wealthy Chicago family in the late 19th century. The novel spans several decades, from Jane's childhood to her old age, and explores the complexities of her personal relationships and her evolving sense of identity as a woman in a rapidly changing world. Through Jane's experiences, the novel offers a vivid and compelling portrait of life in America during the early 20th century. It explores issues such as gender roles, class inequality, and the changing social and cultural landscape of the United States. Barnes' writing is characterized by its psychological depth and its attention to the details of everyday life. She creates a rich and complex world populated by fully realized characters whose struggles and triumphs are rendered in vivid and moving detail. Years of Grace is a powerful and insightful novel that continues to resonate with readers today. It offers.
The Good Earth is a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Pearl S. Buck, published in 1931. The novel follows the life of a Chinese peasant farmer named Wang Lung, from his humble beginnings to his rise as a wealthy landowner. Set in rural China during the early 20th century, the novel offers a vivid and detailed portrait of Chinese society and culture during a time of great upheaval and change. Buck's writing is marked by its emotional intensity and its deep understanding of human nature. She creates a rich and complex world, populated by characters whose struggles and triumphs are rendered in vivid and moving detail. Through Wang Lung's experiences, the novel explores themes of family, tradition, love, and the struggle for survival in a rapidly changing world. The Good Earth is widely regarded as a masterpiece of American literature and a seminal work in the field of Asian American literature. It has been translated into numerous languages and has been adapted into several film and stage adaptations.
The Store is a novel by Thomas Sigismund Stribling, published in 1932, and is the first book of his trilogy that includes The Forge and Unfinished Cathedral. Set in rural Alabama in the early 20th century, the novel explores themes of race, class, and family dynamics in the context of a changing society. At the center of the novel is the Hightower family and their general store, which serves as a gathering place for the community. The family is divided between those who believe in the old ways of the South and those who embrace modernity and progress. The conflict between these two groups reflects the larger tensions in society at the time. Stribling's writing is characterized by its powerful portrayal of the rural South and its complex social dynamics. He delves deep into the psyche of his characters, offering a nuanced exploration of their motivations and desires. Through the Hightower family and their community, Stribling illuminates the complex web of relationships that define life in the rural South.
Lamb in His Bosom is a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Caroline Miller, published in 1934. Set in rural Georgia in the late 19th century, the novel follows the life of a young woman named Scene who is forced to navigate the hardships of life in the South. Scene's story is a coming-of-age tale that highlights the challenges faced by women in the rural South during this time period. From the trials of childbirth to the struggles of farming, Scene must confront the harsh realities of life head-on. The novel is a powerful exploration of the complexities of rural life, including the themes of family, race, and gender. Miller's writing is characterized by its rich depiction of the natural world and its complex characters. Through Scene and the people around her, Miller illuminates the often hidden realities of life in the rural South, shedding light on the struggles and triumphs of those who call this place home.
Now in November is a novel by Josephine Winslow Johnson, published in 1934. The novel tells the story of the hard life of a Midwestern family during the Great Depression. The family lives on a farm in Illinois, struggling to make ends meet in the midst of the economic crisis. The novel is narrated by Margaret, the youngest daughter of the family, who provides a poignant and insightful look into their daily struggles. Through her eyes, we see the challenges of living in poverty and the toll it takes on the family's relationships and mental health. Johnson's writing is characterized by its stark realism and unflinching depiction of the hardships of life during the Great Depression. The novel is a powerful exploration of the human spirit in the face of adversity and the bonds that hold families together in times of crisis. Now in November won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1935, cementing Johnson's place in the canon of American literature. The novel remains a poignant and timely reminder of the impact of poverty and economic hardship on American families.
Honey in the Horn is a novel by Harold L. Davis, published in 1935. The novel is set in the Oregon Territory during the late 1800s and tells the story of Clay Calvert, a young man who dreams of striking it rich as a gold miner. Davis's writing is notable for its vivid descriptions of the Oregon wilderness, which serves as both a backdrop and a character in the novel. Through his use of language and imagery, Davis captures the beauty and danger of the frontier, while also exploring the complex relationships between settlers and Native Americans. At its core, Honey in the Horn is a coming-of-age story that explores themes of identity, belonging, and the pursuit of the American dream. Clay's journey takes him from the relative safety of his family's farm to the rough-and-tumble world of gold mining, where he must navigate the challenges of a new environment and confront the harsh realities of life on the frontier. Honey in the Horn won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1936, cementing.
Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell is a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel published in 1936. Set during the American Civil War and Reconstruction era, the novel tells the story of Scarlet O'Hara, the strong-willed daughter of a Georgia plantation owner. The book follows Scarlet's life as she experiences the hardships of war, falls in love with the dashing but unattainable Ashley Wilkes, marries the roguish Rhett Butler, and struggles to rebuild her life after the war. The novel is renowned for its vivid descriptions of the South and its people during this tumultuous period in American history. Mitchell's writing is particularly notable for its portrayal of complex and flawed characters, particularly Scarlet O'Hara, who was both a product of her time and a fiercely independent woman ahead of her time. Gone with the Wind has been adapted into numerous film, television, and stage productions, and remains one of the most popular and influential works of American literature. However, the novel has also been criticized for its romanticization of the antebellum South and its depiction of black characters. Nonetheless, it remains a widely read and discussed novel, with much to offer in terms of understanding the history and culture of the American South.
The Late George Apley is a satirical novel by John Phillips Marquand, first published in 1937. The book is a humorous critique of Boston's upper-class society and its customs during the early 20th century. The story follows the life of George Apley, a wealthy and respected Bostonian who tries to live up to his family's legacy and traditions. As the story progresses, Apley begins to question his values and the society he lives in. He realizes that the world around him is changing rapidly and that he may have to adapt to these changes to survive. In the end, he comes to terms with his place in society and finds a balance between tradition and modernity. The book is known for its witty prose and insightful commentary on social issues. It won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1938 and was adapted into a successful stage play. It is still considered one of Marquand's best works and a classic of American literature.